Do we know that our actions, our faith, preach louder than our words? That the things we do and the way we profess our faith can actually scare someone away from Christ or win that one over? The story of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in the Bible teaches us a lot. King Nebuchadnezzar had a golden statue which he gave orders that at the sound of the trumpets and music, all people of all nations, races, and languages were to bow down and worship the statue. Anyone who does not bow down and worship will immediately be thrown into the blazing furnace. And so, as soon as they heard the sound of the instrument, the people of all the nations, races, and languages bowed down and worshipped the golden statues which King Nebuchadnezzar had set up. Some Babylonians took this as an opportunity to denounce Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who had refused to worship or bow down to the golden statue. The king flew into a rage and ordered the three men to be brought before him and gave them one last chance to bow down and worship his golden statue. If not, they'll be thrown into the blazing furnace. Then the king added, "Do you think there is any other God who can save you?" Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered and said to the king, "O Nebuchadnezzar, we have no need to return a word to you on this matter. If it is that our God, whom we serve, is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, then he will deliver us out of your hands, O king. But if not, let it be known to you, O king, we will not serve your God, nor worship the golden image which you have set up." Then Nebuchadnezzar lost his temper, and his face turned red with anger at Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. So he ordered the furnace to be heated 7 times hotter than usual. This has always been my favorite part of the story. Their faith in God was irrespective of how he responded to them. They boldly declared that God could save them from the burning furnace if he was willing. And even if God was not willing, they were still not going to bow down or worship the golden statue. But sadly, many of us have but conditional love and loyalty to our God. If he does not answer our prayers the way we want it, we are no more loyal to him. We can forsake Christ because we have lost that job or because of that marriage. Why did he allow the miscarriage? Why did he allow the loss? Why did he tarry to give me a husband? We will only give him our worship and our loyalty if and only if he does what we want, the way we want it. But for Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, God is the Almighty and holy and worthy to be praised forevermore. Be it sunshine, be it rain. Can we take such a bold step in following Christ? The king then ordered Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego to be tied up and thrown into the furnace of fire. Because the king had given order that the furnace be made extremely hot, the flame burned the guards who threw Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego into the blazing furnace. Then suddenly Nebuchadnezzar leaped to his feet in amazement and asked his officials, "Did we not tie up 3 men and throw them into the blazing furnace?" They answered, "Yes, we did, Your Majesty." "Then why do I see 4 men walking around in the flame?" he asked. "They are not tied up, and they have shown no sign of being hurt, and the 4th one looks like an angel." So Nebuchadnezzar went up to the door of the blazing furnace and called out, "Shadrach, Meshach, Abednego, servant of the supreme God, come out." And they came out at once. All the princes, governors, lieutenant governors, and other officials of the king gathered to look at the 3 men who had not been harmed by the flame. Their hair was not singed, their clothes were not burned, there was no smell of smoke on them. The king said, "Praise the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. He sent his angel and rescued these men who served and trusted him. They disobeyed my orders and risked their lives rather than bow down and worship any god except their own." Then the king commanded, "And now I command that if any man of any nation, race, or language speaks disrespectfully of the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, he is to be torn limb from limb, and his house is to be made a pile of ruins. There is no other God who can rescue like this. Hallelujah. Notice that nowhere in this passage talks of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego doing evangelism. They spoke very little in the story, but their action, their faith, caused the king to pass an order for every nation, race, and languages to worship God. Many times we preach the gospel, but our actions and our faith preach another thing. Actions speak louder than words. We should not only profess our faith only with words, but also with our actions and character. Who knows? Maybe that person next to us hasn't given his life to Christ because of our character, because of our actions. They have heard our preaching and confession of faith, and now they are watching our actions. Do they match with what we preach?
Join us in spreading the life-changing power of the gospel. If you're in need of prayer, a listening ear, or a Bible study companion, we've got you covered. Check the numbers on your screen. Thank you for tuning in today. Stay connected with us for more faith-filled content, and don't forget to hit subscribe so you never miss an episode of Go and Multiply. See you next time. Keep shining for Christ.